Jean's like, let's go. Are you ready, Mom? I got my jacket on. You got a jacket on? Mom, get a jacket on. It's windy today. Oh, my hair looks like a lion's mane. That's okay. Getting the walk done so I can get her tired and set for the day. I got work to do today. I got readings to do. Thank you for that. And I've got orders to pack. Thank you. I've got orders to do. I love you all. My Canada people, thank you very, very much. And those of you registered for the intuitive guidance group for the month, thank you very much. It's going to be good. So those of you that put yourselves through, thank you very, very much. Come on in, everybody. We're going to have a deep, deep discussion today, okay? Deep. We might have some tears. We might, you might need some tissues. You might have a reality check on your own world here. Okay, sweet girl, are we ready? Look at this. Are we ready? Yeah? All right, so hang on as I get you out the door here. Hold on. Oh, it's Wendy's June. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna just get going. All right, so hang on while I it's a big deal. Codependency is a very, very big deal. And I was thinking a lot about it this morning. And I think it's time to tell my story of my life. Most here, get to the trail, and then we'll get into it. Everyone needs to read this book. It's one of the best books I've ever read in my life. Because just feeling a lot of you need this right now. A lot of people need this. Hopefully you can hear me. I just realized I don't have my headphones on. So hopefully it's okay. Beautiful day. It's windy, but not too cold. Not raining. Thank you. Well, where do I start? I have a long story. Life, long story. 53 years. 53 years. Where do I start here? Okay, let me get on the trail here and then we'll turn you around and then I'll start. Good girl, Juju. Okay. All right, good morning, everyone. Come on in. Let me change the settings here so we don't get trolls. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. Oh, the birds. I can hear ducks. Duckos. Okay, we're going to go and actually check another area here for this lady. COSAR put an announcement out yesterday. They didn't find anything so far. So I just keep thinking they're in the wrong area. They're searching the wrong spots. All right, so anyways, we're going to get straight into it. Codependency is a major thing. My childhood, I'll just do a quick overview of my childhood. Grew up with a parent who was an alcoholic, pill addict. And my childhood, she spent her entire life in her bed. And I had to fend for myself till I was 5. I was like a feral child. The neighbors caught me walking down the road, down the neighborhood at 3 years old, knocking on their door, asking for food. Okay, so at age 17, my mom finally took her life. After being in every single institution in British Columbia, and nothing helped. Nothing helped. It was just her path, and that's just the way it was. 30 years later, I have finally come to terms with it. The grieving process is over, and I understand so much about all of it. I did probably 6 years of the adult children of alcoholics recently. Well, before I came back to Canada, I was doing it. Plus, I did alcoholic, like AA family stuff, therapy, all my life. Like, I grew up in those AA houses, in the meeting rooms, literally sitting down, having family meetings with therapists in the back rooms of the AA houses. I thought it was normal. Like, going to visit my mom in a hospital bed and in mental health hospitals here. We had large ones in British Columbia. We did. And I thought it was normal. Except I always had a bit of a bad feeling, but I knew something was wrong, but I thought it was normal. Anyways, jump to the year 2000. I married a combat veteran, Army combat veteran in the United States. I thought I was marrying the man of my life, like man of, I thought it was my soulmate. And I knew he had trauma. He had PTSD. He'd been in the military for a long time. He'd done multiple tours of Iraq. And I was proud of him. Thank you very much, Sharon. Thank you, hon. I was proud of him. I was so proud of him. He served his country. He's been to war. I was so proud of him. He had nightmares every night. Horrendous nightmares every night. I would wake up and look over at him, and he'd be laying there in bed, and it would look like he was holding his machine gun and shooting it. Right, like he was asleep and his arms were up and he was holding his gun. He would wake up vomiting. Like just the craziest nightmares all the time, every day. He had migraines every day, every single day, migraine headaches. Well, wow, I'm gonna cry. I thought my mission in life was to take care of him. He was a veteran. He needed someone to take care of him. And his daughter. I had my own assistant mom when she was 3. So she was my child. So I had the two of them instantly to take care of. And I dove headfirst into it for 20 years. I know the entire VA system. I know how to get a veteran to get their compensation done. I know how to do all of it. Anyways, over the years, he ended up going to VA several times to the mental health unit. They used to call it Ward 1. There were 7 times we had to get people to rush him to VA because he was having a breakdown. I'll go into that one day. I don't want to go totally into his business. This is about the codependency I had of taking care of him. I spent my entire 20 years thinking I could make this man better. And he went to VA and did the full PTSD veteran, combat veteran program. They have this really in-depth program. Well, it backfired on him because he wouldn't open up and talk about his experience. So as all the other men and women are there talking about their problems and their nightmares and their experiences, mine wouldn't. He just sat there. He would go to therapy and not tell them everything. He would just tell them little bits and bobs. Not everything about what he went through and what happened when he was in Afghanistan and Iraq. Saudi Arabia. So he led me to believe that he was doing everything he could to take care of himself. We had an entire closet full of medicine. Like VA gave him, oh my God, they gave him everything. Everything you can imagine. By the hundreds and hundreds. Like we would get bottles of, say, like antipsychotics by the hundreds. Like they just handed them out without doing complete evaluations on him on why they think he needed it. It's tough. During this time, my entire world became more and more and more obsessed on taking care of him, helping him, avoiding him from having a PTSD episode. That is what my number one goal in life was. To make sure he didn't have an episode. Because when he did, holy shit. All of a sudden he'd be looking at me, and instead of seeing me, he would see somebody from Saudi Arabia. Like, flat out. He wouldn't even be seeing me. He would start shaking. He would start getting panicky. At one point, he actually fell right off of our deck. He just walked right off the deck. He had no idea where he was, what he was doing, nothing. So let's compound that on top of alcohol and all the psychotic medicines they had him on. Antipsychotics, which did not work. They just made him high. So there was many times, and weapons. lots and lots of guns. I lived with a 45 in my pocket every day. Slept with a 357 under my pillow every day. He would take me out onto the property and teach me how to shoot properly, which I have to say, I'm pretty damn good. I can actually run with a pistol and hit targets. Like I had to learn. We lived in the middle of nowhere, and I had to learn to protect ourselves. So, my entire life I was scared all the time. Not scared of him hurting me. Let me make that very, very clear. Never, ever, ever did I think he would ever hurt me. I know he wouldn't. But I was scared of him having the PTSD breaks, the snap. He used to say, I'm angst. And that used to be really scary. I would wake up in the middle of the night sometimes and he wouldn't be in bed. And he'd be laying in the front door on the floor with the door open in like prone position with his AR-15 pointing out into the yard. 3, 4 in the morning. Asleep. Asleep with his hand on the trigger. And we had a daughter at the time. And my entire life mission also was to protect her. She knew Dad had problems. She knew not to mess with him when he was like that. She would just come to me and she'd be like, okay, I think Dad's having a moment. I'd be like, okay, just leave him alone, let him be. He has spent his entire life sitting in front of his Xbox. That's it. Xbox, 18 hours a day. He wouldn't even take me to the grocery store. I don't drive, okay? And I lived 25 miles out into the desert in the middle of nowhere. Going to the grocery store was a serious problem. He would just park and I would go in and do everything. And it was like that for 20 years. At one point, even just stopping so I could get a bottle of water, I would get no. Then, over the years, he started to turn nasty towards me. Not violent, okay? Let me make that clear. But nasty, mentally nasty. He'd call me names, every name in the book, when all I was trying to do was just help him. And he was my first thought in the morning, my last thought at night, and I was worried the minute I opened my eyes. If I heard a vehicle pull into my driveway, holy shit. If I heard a car coming into our driveway, I'd be out there first. When it should have been the other way around. He should have been the one out there. So, years and years and years of this. And VA just kind of, I'm not going to say they dropped the ball, but it's because he didn't participate. And wouldn't fully get the therapy that he needed. Like, he would just tell them partial truth of what happened, not full truth of what happened. I'm not going to tell you what happened on here to him. It's none of our business, but let's just say it was bad. Of course, you're in combat. Several times in combat. But the point being of all of this is I drove absolutely headfirst into codependency. And I remember many times friends of mine actually say, Tara, you're enabling him. I took that so personally. I was so hurt. I felt like I'd been slapped in the face. I'm like, what do you mean I'm enabling him? I'm taking care of him. I'm not enabling him. I'm trying to help him. Well, after being away from the situation now for 8 years, I'm realizing a lot of stuff. That they were correct. I was enabling him. And I didn't even know I was. I had no idea I was enabling him. I thought I was helping. So my number one, please read the book Codependency No More. All of you. If any of you are dealing with a loved one that is an alcoholic or an addict of some kind, addict of any kind, drugs, alcohol, gambling, sex, food, over obsessive behavior of something, okay, whatever they're addicted to, social media is a huge one. The number one thing you need to learn is there's nothing you can do. You cannot help these people. The number one thing you need to do is get help for yourself. Seek counseling, seek out therapy, go to group sessions. You know what I did? I'm not an alcoholic, thank you God. I learned from my childhood. I saw what my mother was doing and I was like, okay, I'm not going to do this in my life. And I learned early. When I was about 21, I would say, I scared myself. I was like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. I caught myself getting up and having a beer for breakfast. I was having beer for breakfast. And that was a serious eye-opener for me. I only did it for like 2 weeks. And then it just kind of like clicked. It's like I kicked myself in my own ass and I was like, holy shit. And I've stopped drinking since. I mean, I drink once in a while socially, just in the house or whatever. But I never go out and get drunk. Like, my wedding was the first time I've been drunk in years. And I only had like 3 drinks. So it was a huge lesson for me. I learned so much. I remember as a child pouring out bottles of vodka that were hidden all around the house, in the car, hidden in the closet, hidden under the bed, hidden behind the toilet, hidden in the toilet, hidden under the bathroom sink, everywhere. I was 4 years old and dumping them down the sink, maybe even younger. I would hear the clanging of the glass. It's funny to this day, can't stand the sound of clanging. And I can't stand the sound of pills jiggling in a bottle. It triggers me. So, there is nothing you can do to help these people. You, number one, need to watch out for you only. If you feel you need some help, then you need some help. And don't ever be ashamed if you need help. Like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You need to be proud of yourself that you've done and gotten help, okay? Because your mental health comes first. Especially if you have children, even grown-up children. You have to be number one. You have to take care of yourself first, so you're able to take care of them. Make sense? So please read the book Codependent no more. There's just so much in it that I can't get into all of it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I just have a long life of experience. And is that the trail Dad was telling me about, Junie? Okay, let's go down to the river. Let's go down to the bridge first. Okay, I'm walking down here just to check the bridge for this lady. I've not been down here yet. But lots of people come down here, so I hardly doubt there's anything. So anyways, that is a little bit of that. I spent my entire life being codependent, and I had no idea. I thought I was doing the right thing. And then I started going to the AA meetings, literally, so I could get out of the house. I was trapped in the desert in a single wide trailer 24 hours a day for sometimes weeks at a time. I would have to call my friends and ask them and beg them to come and get me and take me to the store and take me out. Shit, there goes the teeth. So, I became friends with a beautiful couple, friends of mine, and they were recovering addicts, meth, to be honest, and they both went to prison for like a year and a half for bad behavior. They both got out of prison at the exactly same time. They both had the exactly same sentence. And they both started going to AA and NA meetings religiously. And I was like, can I come with you? I wanted to learn as much as I could to be able to help them in case we were like out doing something and I saw, in case I saw one of them like triggered, if there was a trigger out there, or if they relapsed, and what do I do if they relapsed, right? When I was with them. So I started going to the meetings and sitting there, and I could relate to everything that everybody was saying because I grew up with it. It was my life. I knew everything they were talking about. I knew the entire 12 steps. Serenity Now, like everything. Sitting there at the table with the coffee in my hand and listening to everybody's stories. I was sitting there going, this is my spouse. They're talking about my spouse. Like, I couldn't believe what I was hearing when it related to my spouse. And that is when I really started to pull away from the relationship, because I realized that I had no boundaries. I had no boundaries, and I was not protecting my own mental health. I was fully obsessed with taking care of him. Plus, we had the craziest paranormal shit going on in the house. Scary stuff. Which, now that I think about it, I think was induced by the nightmares he was experiencing. And the nightmares he brought home from being overseas. I'm sure of it. The dark energy just obsessed and grew any dark energy that was around my house. Come on, Jake. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Okay, I think you got me now. Okay, I think I'm okay now. Am I okay? Hello? Am I streaming across the world right now? Am I? I think I am. Oh, I've never been up here before. So, anyways, am I back? Yeah, I know. Give me a sec. Let me get closer to... I know. Give me a sec. Let me get closer to some... I'm still walking. Oh, that's nice up here, June. Thank you. I'm back. Come on, pup. Oh, good girl. Sorry. That's the worst, when your dog's peeing and you just start dragging her. So, it's a life of lessons, you know. All right, I'm getting angry. Give me a sec. Gotta remember, reception down here not very good. Give me a sec. I'm also looking for this lady too as we're walking. I've never really been down this way. Good girl, Juju. Okay, I think we're better now. I hope we're better now. I think we're better. Sorry about that. I went into no man's land. Boonesville. Oh, and I think I've hit a dead end here. Okay, where did Savvy say to go? Anyways, can you guys hear me? Am I back? Sound. Am I back? Do you hear me? She's like, come on, everyone. Do you hear us or what? Do you hear us? Yes, you're back. Okay. All right, good. Well, we're at a dead end here. I might have to wait a minute. I'm waiting for somebody to walk past here. Okay, let's look on the hill down here. I'm fine now? Okay, good. Refresh your screens, everybody. So anyways, we'll just go slow and wait for this lady to walk by. So if you find yourself, you're in a situation, you just know, you'll know. Your gut and intuition will tell you there's something wrong. If you feel there's something wrong, then there probably is. You need to step out of your comfort zone and get some help. June, stop. Okay, you need to reach out and get some help for yourself first, because there's nothing you can do for them. If you're living with somebody that has an addiction of any kind, there's nothing you can do. You need to look out for yourself first. Okay? Sit down, look for some resources. Even if you need to just sit down and go to an AA meeting in town. They're all anonymous. You just go. Nobody knows who you are. You don't need to tell the people anything about yourself. Just go and sit down and start to feel comfort of people around you and people that are in similar situations as you. Like, you're opening your door to getting help. Okay? Come on. Sorry, there's a lady here and she's just fucking standing here waiting for her to go. Anyways, so just get some help and just reach out to anyone you can, because you come first. Okay? Whatever you need to do to get the help. I hope that helps. And do it now. Like, if you're having a problem today, right now, get off of this live stream. Look for the nearest mental health resources. Look for whatever help is in your town. Look for an AA meetings house and go to the next meeting today. Like, it could be in 2 hours from now. Some AA houses will have, they have multiple meetings a day. They got a morning one, they got a nooner, they got an evening one. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. Just go and start getting help for yourself. Okay? That's the number one advice. Life, this world, your life is short, and this life is about you. You are in control of your own life. And you have an entire world to explore. You have a beautiful, beautiful planet under your feet that you can explore. Get out there and start living life. Wow, okay, there's quite the ditch here. This is a creek. I don't see nothing down here. Shit, she could easily be down here. Nobody would see her. Okay, so I hope that helps. June. I hope that helps people. That is my life story. And so finally, after 8 years, I left and never went back. I came back to Canada and I made the decision when I got here. And I'm like, that's it. I can't do this anymore. If you go and look at my old videos, you'll see it. I wasn't doing very well. My life was unmanageable due to someone else's problems that I decided to take on myself. I should have known from day one that, Tara, this is not a good idea. People tried to warn me. They're like, what are you doing, Tara? Why are you traveling 2,000 miles to go live in the desert with somebody you met on the internet? And being isolated and trapped out there, it was just, sometimes I enjoyed it. Most of the time I didn't. But it was such a huge learning lesson for me. You know? Oh, you good? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Some of my old stuff's very, very cool. The paranormal aspect of it is absolutely off the wall. But towards the end, it just got really, really bad. The final straw was he was shooting his pistol in the house. He shot the .45 right through my kitchen countertop at something he thought he was seeing. And it turned out it was a PTSD episode. And that was my number one fear. That is what I'd been scared of the entire time we were together. I was scared that something was going to happen. And he was intoxicated and PTSD explosion on top and weapons would be flying. And so that was my number one fear that came true. And so I remember I phoned Savvy and I was like, I'm coming home. Savvy's like, get your passport, come home, I'll pick you up at the airport. Anyways, long story, I didn't have my passport at the time. I hadn't renewed it and I needed to come home now. So I phoned the border, the Canada border, and I said, okay, I'm in a situation I need to get out of, and what do I do? And the border agent was so sweet. So sweet. He said, Tara, bring us whatever ID you do have. Even your birth certificate is good enough. And he said, walk over the border. I can't fly. You had to walk. And then he said, welcome home. Oh my God. So I flew into Spokane, Washington, which is like 5 hours from here. And Savvy picked me up. And it was the first time I'd seen him since we were in high school. And we drove over the border the next day. The agent didn't hug me. He shook my hand and he said, same thing. He said, welcome home, miss. And I got out of the car and I cried. And I hugged the ground and I was like, thank you, I'm home. And so much. 6 months before I decided to come back to the city, I need to come home. I feel grass under my feet. My story. Come on. Ugh. Okay, we're heading back to where there's no reception. I got to get off this trail. So I might be out of reception again for a little bit. So just hang in. I will be back when it resets. Just wait for these people to go. Come on. Anyway, so that is a bit of my story. So please. Okay, you know what? I'm going to talk about another thing. This is about the codependency no more and how you purposely try to help people with addictions and alcoholism and all that. Honestly, to make yourself feel better. There was a guy that was in the AA meetings and he was homeless. And we had a 12-acre chunk of land. And I moved him onto the far chunk of the land in an RV. And I let him live there for free. Think of that. I let this man, who is an addict, who I thought was in full recovery, move into onto my land in an RV. Anyways, he lived there for I think he lived there for probably about 2 years. And then after the 2 years, I was like, okay, I've absolutely had enough of this guy. He's destroying our property and we need to get rid of him. I had come back to Canada at that point, and then a year later I went back to Arizona to get my stuff. So I went down to get all my belongings. And I went over to there was like 1,000 needles in the ground all over my land. 1,000 And I noticed my ex was actually starting to act a little bit more weird than normal. So I packed my bags. I was out of there the next day. Every single thing I owned, I put in black garbage bags and threw it out the front door and left. That was it. Brought home what I could. I had 3 luggage bags full of my precious belongings. And the rest of it, I threw it away. I told him, I said, burn it. He's like, what am I going to do with all this? I said, burn it. Get rid of it. And that was that. I've not looked back. That was the end. That was the end. So anyways, whole point of the story is, if you feel you're needing help, you know deep in your gut there is something wrong, then there is. And the only person is you. Nobody can make it better for you or for them. You have to take a step out of your comfort zone and do it yourself. Okay? If this resonates for one person, please come to me in 6 months and tell me how well you have done. There you go. I hope that helps. I love you all. Life is short, and the whole point of it is you need to live it. You have to live it, you guys. If there's a if there's a location you want to go to, then do it. What's holding you back? If you need the funds to do it, then start collecting money and putting it aside. Make yourself a little fund and just do it. Enjoy your life. Okay? There's a dog right there. And Jane's like, Mama. Okay. Alright, I'm going to let you guys go. I love you all. Thank you for being here. And I'll talk to you later. I've got readings to do. I'll be doing your readings when I get home. And I'll send you the private links when I'm done.